Okay, we're going to show you how to add a member, and it's really simple. We click on this icon here, Add Member icon. And let's go ahead and fill in this form. So now the form has been filled in. So I put the full name here. The display name is what shows up on the review. So you generally want to use the first letter of the last name, because if you have two Susies, for example, you want to be able to distinguish between them. But one thing that's very important is we want to add a picture, and the picture needs to be no larger than 133 pixels in height or width. You can see that right there. Team member leaves your company, you turn it to inactive or turn it off. But the show picture on review, generally you want it on, but you may want a team member in there that doesn't show up, perhaps because they're a manager. And then you hit upload and save. And we get a confirmation that that member has been saved. We see the photograph. But now we've got some more options. We can create a login for Susie. So now I've filled the form in. Generally, you want to use Susie's email address and her cell number. And those will be used to contact her when reviews come in and out and so forth. The password's very important. There's down here below is the password requirements. Now I've gone ahead and filled it in. It's a big car $1 I know that's going to work, and you just hit create user login. And now Susie is set up. She can log into the system using that password and email address that you saw before. But we have some other options here. It says not to forget to set up the user permissions and notifications. Now permissions tells our system what you allow your team member to see or do on the system. View own performance means that the team member can see what they have done only in terms of their performance with customer loyalty. The request reviews allows team members to be able to type into our system a cell number of the customer or an email, and our system will automatically send them a review request, either via text or via email. Change notifications, that's the next tab. We'll talk about that in a moment. Now these last two permissions, only the owner can set these last two permissions, and that is to manage the website, just like the owner does, except they do not have permission to use the owner controls or subscription and payments. But if you do want them to use subscription and payments, the manager, you click this here and they'll be able to do that. So we're going to set Susie up as a manager, but we won't allow her to change the credit card for the system. Okay, we've gone there and secured that information. Now when we go to email notifications, you can select whether you get a notification only on negative reviews, which is 3 stars or less, positive reviews, which are 4 stars and above, and or all reviews. You want to get an email notification. Text notifications will do the same thing. Is we can instead of getting an email, you can get a text for negative, positive, or all the reviews. And because Susie is set up as a manager, she can get notified when there's a resolution notification, which has to do with when there's a poor review. You can contact the customer through our system and try to work out the problem and perhaps have them change the review on our system before it gets posted. So that's basically how you create and set up a team member using our system.